The guy who never streams. He's back. Oh my god, it's been 2 weeks. What the fuck am I doing? Oh yeah. Let's announce on Discord. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. You know what? The reason I'm doing this, I just wanna start from zero, okay? I just wanna tag my viewership down to 0 and work my way back up. Gotta have some challenges in life. Wait. Oh shit! It's not Lipraxis tonight. Ah, it got cancelled. Okay, well, no problem. You know what? I'm changing my stream title. Fuck it. At least it got me to stream. Actually, no panel. Let's catch up on memes. Okay. That's what we're doing. That's exactly what I plan to do. God damn it. I can't read. This is like the second time this happened in a couple days where I literally can't read. My brain does something else in the middle of a sentence. Alright, let's change the YouTube title. Least I can do. How are y'all doing? That's the real question. Yo, Jokesta. Nice. Haven't seen you in a while. Wait, what's my stream title? I'm back. Let's catch up on memes. All right, that's the title. Dude, that emote, Jokesta, looks like fucking Ice Poseidon. What is that? Plaint 5 PTJ Jam? Who the fuck is that? Alright. Well, since I don't really have, it's Plain Talk, he's a US politics streamer. Ooh. Ew, US politics. Cringe. Who cares? The US is, you know, such a small country. Completely insignificant on the world stage. Who even cares? So cringy, but makes my blood boil in an addicting way. Wait, why? Okay, why does he make you cringe? Let's. Do I need to do a dive on him? Dive on me, baby. Ooh. Also, you know, I'm gonna do something real quick, because I'm getting annoyed. US politics, but he allows his chat to say whatever. Oh no. Oh no. The actual Giga Chad just doesn't moderate his chat. That sounds amazing. How can you not like him? Come on. Work at 9 AM rage typing. Oh yeah, like getting into arguments with people in his chat. Amazing. Wait, shit. Okay, we're gonna... I think this shit, like, takes up the whole screen, so... Ah! Yo, Ringomar, how you doing? Sup? This is so fucking scuffed. Okay, let's keep it like this. Yeah, sorry for not streaming for a while. Honestly, I've been struggling with some, like, personal mental health shit. But I'll be... Like I was saying, I was saying this when, well, like, before anyone was watching. I just want a challenge in my life, okay? Streaming to, like, 15, 20 viewers, it's too easy. I need to build back up from 0 viewers. That's the real spicy way of doing this. We're gonna grind it back up from 0. That's what we're here for. Anyways. Shit, I actually build back better. Exactly, build back better. Make the stream great again. Unironically though, my early streams were like 50 people watching me do bullshit. And like organically. Well, organically, it was all strims.gg people. But they were watching me, like, build a computer and do Photoshop memes. Maybe that's my calling. Okay, so there was this... Fuck. So I thought Lib Praxis was tonight, hence starting the stream at 10 PM sharp and all that shit. And then I reread the message in Discord, and it turns out it's cancelled. So, I'm gonna go through Discord memes, because I have nothing prepared. I actually thought I was gonna be able to, just talk with people for 2 hours and call it a day. Alright. Hey man in stream. Hey Gahan Hyog. New life memes soon? What do you mean? Oh shit. That could be a good emote. Be back. Yes. Hey Roserg. Oh no, Roserg, you missed Lib Praxis. Holy fucking shit, you're alive. Hey Peter Khan. Hey Kino. Alright, everyone's showing up now. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm sorry. I was dealing with some personal, like, mental health issues. Hey, Quits! I have... Quits, are you someone who's, like, changed their name? I literally have never seen you in my chat. But I'm happy to see you there, here. Welcome. Welcome to the memes. How are you doing? How was Ukraine? Great. Especially since it was Poland, not Ukraine. I actually wanted to talk a bit about Ukraine mental health awareness. Yeah, go get mental health if you're in a country where you can actually get healthcare. It's a good thing. It's east of Berlin, it's all the same, true. Yeah, dude, Poland was a fucking ride. I actually wanted to talk about this. That's great. That's gonna be the first topic of the stream. Since I'm completely winging it, that's a great topic. What the fuck is going on with Polish news? Holy shit, let's see if I can pull up like a clip real quick. It's been a while. A few months back we were talking about education and school-based health services. Oh, that sounds like a really interesting conversation. I hope it was a good convo. Yo, Nept, how are you doing? High energy stream. They bugging in Poland now? Dude, I was watching TV Polonia, like the main news channel. Hey, Kartoffelkopf. In Poland, just chilling with my brother. So we turn on the news, and the news was like he told me, oh shit, this is like this is the news channel that's like controlled by the like super conservative party. It can be pretty hardcore, but it was like, you know, it was like nothing bad. So it like plays for, you know, it's just news for 10-15 minutes. And then And then they go full fucking mask off. It was insane. They start playing an Olaf Scholz speech, just like a couple sentences. Then it cuts to the journalist, like narrating, who starts explaining to the Polish people. So what Olaf Scholz actually, what he said actually means, it means that Germany and the EU want to destroy Poland. And they start playing those fucking, like, World War II archive footage of Nazis and, like, Banderistas genociding Polish people as the backdrop for an Olaf Scholz fucking speech. That was the context they gave to the German chancellor talking about the war in Ukraine. And it doesn't stop there. The next segment is what's his name? I fucking forgot his name. The Polish prime minister explaining the raise of the military budget, telling people that the reason why they need to improve their military, it's not because Russia is a threat. Not just because Russia is a threat. No, it's because he's telling people no one will come to Poland's aid. He's basically saying that fucking NATO is worthless, and if Poland gets attacked by Russia, we're alone. Or it's us versus the world. Was their message, and then it's like clicked with me. I met those people at a party on the first night I was in Poland, and they were telling me at some point, we didn't really specifically talk about politics, but at some point it came up in the conversation, and they were saying, "Oh shit, we're really worried. We're really worried that if the let me lower the music a little bit really quick. All right, there it is." We're really worried that Poland is by itself. If push comes to shove, Poland is fucked. And I was telling them, no, Poland is part of NATO. Poland is under the fucking U.S. nuclear umbrella. Like, if Poland gets attacked by Russia, it's literally nuclear holocaust. We all die in a fucking, well, the Western world dies in a fucking ball of fire, and so does Russia. They didn't really buy into it. They're like actually really fucking afraid that after Ukraine, Poland is next. It's called Prussia. Yeah. No, it's called the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. That's what we like. The EU wants to. Oh, I saw it was just saber rattling for German reparations for World War II. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Then it went into the fucking. Poland is asking for reparations for World War II from Germany, which. Man. I mean, look, Poland is not a rich country. Poland is definitely not like. Not gonna lie, the Polish people could use that money, especially with the like 4.5 million Ukrainian refugees they took in, no questions asked. Every single Ukrainian refugee, you show the Ukrainian passport, a Ukrainian ID, you know what you got? You got an immediate, instantaneous social security number, healthcare, education for your kids, full social services for every single Ukrainian refugee, and there was like nearly 5 million of them. In a country that's not particularly the richest country in the world. Like, people in the West, in like France and Germany, in Western Europe were shitting themselves when like 100,000 Syrian refugees were showing up and weren't even really getting into the social system. And Poland is just like, blank check, we are going to take care of everyone. Yes, we need to reincorporate Belarus into Lithuania. Well, look, you're talking to a Polish person, so for me it's more like reincorporating Lithuania into Poland. But that's actually a funny topic of debate when you put, if you put like Polish nationalists and Lithuanian nationalists side by side, they both really like the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, except they both think they were the dominant party in the Commonwealth. So depending on who you speak to, the reintegration goes in one direction or the other. Hey Pandart, how are you doing? Big Lithuania, best Lithuania, yeah. They got money from the EU immediately and then lied about it for weeks. Love the Polish though. Yeah. Dude, the anti-EU stance of the Polish government is fucking bonkers. Right, let me see if I can find that clip. Yeah, I'm not. I would need to like. I should have fucking pulled out my phone and just recorded this segment. It was insane. Why are you lost in the forest? No, I was lost in my brainworms. I was told that she went to Ukraine to fight. Oh, speaking of fighting, or like shooting rather, I did pass my shooting license examination. So it was interesting. It was actually really stressful because you're basically sitting in a room. It was kind of funny. You versus Melon boxing match, she would fucking destroy me. Let's be real. So I was sitting in a room with two boomers, like an old dude and an old lady. And we just have Glocks in front of each other and snap caps. And we have to we load the snap caps into magazines, and we basically spent like 30-40 minutes practicing basically like safety drills, how to safely load and put into battery the Glock, how to safely unload, check it, and take it out of battery and secure it. You need to kill them to get out of the room. Yes, only one person gets to survive to actually get the firearm license. That's how we do firearm control in France. Exactly. Did you learn how to pop the ops? What does that mean? And in like that Jackie Chan movie, you had to take apart and put your gun back together so that a teenager doesn't kill your police partner. No, I didn't have to take it apart, which though that would have been cool. No, the stressful thing was that basically the instructor, once we did like we rehearsed the drills, the instructor told us, okay, now you do everything step by step. You take your magazine. First off, you like take out the chamber flag. You gotta check the gun, see if it's safe. You gotta load it, put it into battery, check that it's in battery. Then he asks like, is the gun ready to shoot? I already I did a small fail at that point, because when I checked if the snap cap was actually in the chamber, the fucking, how's it called? The fucking slide didn't slide back into place. Anyways, doesn't matter. And basically, what he says is that if you can't do the drill correctly from start to finish, you don't get to shoot. You don't get to go to the shooting range, and you don't get your permit. Basically, small fail and accidentally shot the instructor. Oops, you. Well. In the group before me, there are two people who got immediately disqualified because they flagged the instructor with their pistols. The old lady next to me got disqualified as well, because even though she wasn't actually flagging anyone, she couldn't rack the slide. She had weak, old, frail hands. She couldn't rack the slide, and every time she was trying to rack the slide, like the gun would start veering to the side. Or at her, like, she would stop paying attention to her trigger finger and would like go over the fucking trigger. Lacks the upper body strength to rack the slide. Yeah, exactly. She literally lacked the body strength to rack the slide on a Glock. Which, I mean, like an elderly woman, I kind of understand. It's like not that easy of a thing to do. But anyways, like I was thinking it because I had done the drill. I had just done my drill and passed, and then I see her doing the drill, and it's like, and she passes her hand in front of the barrel while like trying to like move the gun around, And I was like, okay, no, she's getting disqualified, right? And yeah, he told her, lady, you need more practice. It's not like a disqualification where she'll never get to touch a gun again. It's come back, like make a reservation for another like session, and you get a second chance, basically. But yeah, that was I was scared. I was scared that she would pass and that I would have to shoot with her next to me. I was actually fucking terrified of that. She needs to hit the gym, unironically, yes. That's why I told my mom to get a 357 so she doesn't have to worry about being strong enough to rack the slide. Just be strong enough to pick it up. Once she get like fucking wrist fractures from shooting a fucking 357 revolver. I haven't tried one, but I heard those things are like spicy as fuck, right? And she needs to hit her macros and get an arm routine. And she might need to do some tests for Parkinson. she wasn't like trembling. She just was really lacking strength. I had poor trigger discipline and was walking around and would always test the gun if it was loaded by squeezing the trigger. Oh yeah, you would get kicked out of this gun club right away for doing that. The gun was pointing towards the ground, but shot to the left of my foot. Oh yeah, it's also in an indoor. Like the gun club I'm joining, it's an indoor range with concrete floors, concrete ceilings. So if you actually shoot the floor or the ceiling, you're gonna get a fucking ricochet, and who the fuck knows where that bullet is going. So yeah, definitely don't do that. Yeah. Oh wait. Oops. Need to. There we go. Yeah, this is a fucking 22 LR revolver, right? Please deliver a eulogy for your dead king. Okay, what's that about? I know about the queen dying, but the king? I mean, I know there's still some like people with a claim to nobility. Small PP gun, yeah. It is a very small gun. I know, I just googled smallest pistol. Oh, there's smaller than this. I was watching some like funny gun videos or like stupid gun videos. There's like, oh yeah, it's this one.
We're here at Rock Island Auction, taking a look.
I'm pretty sure it's
so,
like
went looking through pocket. So kept looking. So still Walther, still cool, but meter Colibri.
Look at this. Look at this fucking gun. Look at this fucking toy. Are you sad about the queen dying? And were you planning a trip to London for her funeral? Yeah, I know. Okay, so this is a fucking weird thing. I kind of wanted to get on this too. Like, what the fuck is going on with people, like, going crazy over the queen dying? On like both sides. Okay, like, I'll be honest. I don't give a shit. Past like basic human compassion, obviously. You know, she's dead. She has a family. They're sad. I feel bad for that. Both sides. Fuck off. Okay. Throwing a fucking hissy fit about billionaire colonizer old lady. Yeah, like, people are going super fucking hard on the virtue signal on how she's like a colonizer and shit. Yes, she benefited from colonialism. Absolutely. So did everyone in every fucking Western like colonial empire, especially privileged people. They were the ones, like, you know, extracting the majority of the wealth from the colonies. So yeah, obviously she profited a lot from that. She didn't really speak out against it, even though bad shit happened during her lifetime. She did help with some things, but not really. We can't look back at her life and be like she was a champion of national sovereignty and decolonialism. She engaged in it personally. Sorry. Did she actually engage in it personally? That's the thing I haven't actually seen. Like, if you have a link to me, or like just like what I should Google, I'll change my stance on it. But what I want to say, what I actually do find, I do think there's a legit critique, discounting what Jokesa just said, but assuming she didn't engage in colonialism directly, I think there's a perfectly legit critique for her not speaking out against it, right? She didn't help stop it particularly, so big L on that. And the other big L is that the royal family in general has been a fucking horrible influence on British tax law. When they have lobbied and used their influence to block laws that would allow knowing how much assets they have. So, you know, so you can like evade taxes or evade public scrutiny, considering how much wealth you have. So this is like a not that well known fact about owning land in the UK. They actually don't have a land registry. They have a strong lobby of old fucking like noble and royal families blocking land registry laws. They have been blocking that shit for hundreds of years, and the Queen has been part of that. Yeah, the cringiest thing I heard today is that they're exempt from inheritance tax. Super gross. Yeah, like their tax situation, like the lobbying situation, the tax situation for when it comes to their status in the UK is absolutely disgusting. What taxes are they evading if they're essentially publicly owned? I mean, they do have private assets. She's a figurehead sent to colonized areas to garner support. She's the cute face marketing of the colonizers. Well, that's the thing. But that's the thing. She is a figurehead, and like any action she can take is symbolic. So we can criticize her on the symbolic realm. That's why I say I criticize that she didn't take a stance against colonialism, right? That's fair criticism. When are we getting version Veranda of your con? You know what? You're right. I need to message Melon again. By the way, when can we start doing Virgin Veranda again? I miss doing that. Hot take. Who cares? Zimos will still have all the lemon balm. Okay. They have billions in private assets, not just real estate, but like stonks and shiz. Yeah. If monarchy is dead, they should definitely have to pay some sort of inheritance taxes. Yeah. Like, do these laws prevent their private assets from being known or taxed? They definitely prevent them from being known. And yeah, I don't know about the tax exemption thing, how that works. I'm glad she's gone. Terrible monarch. She destroyed the empire and lost nearly 20 territories. There was a time to mourn. Based take, real Peter Khan. I can also criticize her getting rich off the backs of my ancestors, all while ignoring reparations. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Those are fair. That's an absolutely fair criticism, Jokesta. I just don't like the criticism of saying that she should have like single-handedly stopped colonialism, or that she is like because people were unironically saying this. She's the queen, so she's at the head of the UK government, so she could have just stopped, like freed the colonies like this, which is literally not how the British government works. What she could have done, instead of lobbying for like tax evasion, she could have lobbied for decolonialism. That she could have done. She could have used her influence for good. So that is a fair criticism. But saying she's responsible because she didn't like fucking order the kingdom to do things differently is a bit weird. That's where I like kind of get lost in the criticism. She lobbied for Bofa. Oh, good one. Hey Nabbles, how are you doing? We can only hope Charles will pick up the pieces. But I know maybe they should publish net worth. Yeah, dude, it's fucking weird to not have a land registry in a country. I don't think there's a single country outside of the UK that has that problem. Hot question, was she the old woman in your gun club? No. She definitely was not. Okay. Going back. What the fuck is about this death of the French king thing? Like, the latest article I can find is this. Oh my god, he's ugly. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't, like, you know, beauty shame or whatever, but he looks... Oh, fuck. He looks like a cross. He looks like a cross between, like, Willem Dafoe and, Steve Buscemi. Yeah. Holy shit. It's like a cross between Willem, like, 25% Willem Dafoe and 75% Steve Buscemi. Yeah, that's what I was trying to look, to think of. Wait, isn't Macron the prince? Yes. Give that man some eye cream. The Count of Paris, Henri d'Orléans, died yesterday at the age of 85. This is in 2019, by the way. This is like fucking old news. Especially for kinglets. Oh no, wait, what was his size? Can we find how tall he was on his Wikipedia page? Oh, is he a kinglet? They probably want to put his height here. Fucking vampire looking dude. It's Roser Kinglet. Oh no. Okay, we need to find some like full body photos and like try to find his height from there. Oh no, he's gonna be like hiding his height. Okay, who's this guy next to him? If we figure out who's the guy next to him and like how tall he is, that's like him as a baby. I don't want to beauty shame. 1 minute later, is he a kinglet? Give me the pics. I know, I'm sorry. I just, it's such a fucking weird choice of words. It's tough at the top, especially for kinglets. Like, what is this? What is this editorial choice in the article? Is that Lenin in the pic of him as a baby? No, that's some like old French intellectual. It's his grandparent, the Duke of Guise. The Duke of Guise. Huh. I guess you can see how he ended up having that face as an older person. Damn, this photo is super dapper though. Look at him. Very classy. That dude is Transylvanian. Yeah. Duke of Guise nuts. Body shaming much. Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I'm an idiot. Mustache to hide the fangs. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know there's like 2 royal families in France. French royalism is a fucking weird world. I do enjoy from time to time, like, going through a deep dive through French royalist Twitter, because basically, like, find any far right, like, any far right French Twitter thread, and then click on whatever account has like crosses and French flags in the name, and you're probably already in French royalist Twitter. It's like this fringe, far right, ultra Catholic vibe, and it's crazy. And so there's like different, yeah, there you go. There's like 3 different movements: the Legitimists for the Royal House of Bourbon, the Orleanists for the catted branch of the House of Orleans, and the Bonapartists for the Imperial House of Bonaparte. You got them arguing with each other on like which royal family is the real one. Hey, do people actually want the monarchy back in France? It's very, very niche. It's like 0.1% of the electorate, or even less. It's ridiculously small. French royalism has to be the worst. They had to get rid of it like 4 times. Yeah. If they all marry, they can create a French super monarchy. Yeah. A man who hasn't done anything his entire life will save the country because of his bloodline. I mean, it's really couched in far-right reactionary sentiment. So, like, when your starting point is the decadence of Western society because, you know, feminism, SJWs, Muslims, whatever is the enemy of the month. You add to that, you fucking hate Macron or whoever the fuck is the president right now. It's like anything is better than Macron. Even this random fucking rich ass dude from Orleans is better than Macron in their logic, basically. Monarchies are historically not decadent. Exactly. I wish for American royalty to return. The decadence of Banquette. Yeah, especially not in France. We've never had decadent royalty in France. Absolutely. French royalty was always dedicated to the people, never oppressive. Because, you know, a lot of far-right people really are right. Or I mean, actually, everyone who hates Macron hates him notably because he has he loves sicking the police on people and having the police like beat up all the protesters and shit. I think it's so base that people still want a Napoleon. I mean, okay, for the memes, I'm down for like Napoleon, like memeing about Napoleon. But let's be real. If we're gonna criticize Her Royal Majesty for colonialism, Napoleon is a huge piece of shit. And this is something that French people fucking hate hearing, by the way. French people do not want to hear you explain the problems of colonialism, or from the perspective of Napoleon's empire. That you'll have someone like, most French people will be like super pissed off at you. But I mean, that's literally all he did. Not all he did. He did some cool stuff too, but he mostly just like massacred half of fucking Europe and Northern Africa. So stole a bunch of shit from everywhere. And the Code Civil. Yeah, so like French people sucked Napoleon's dick so fucking hard for the like one thing he did that admittedly is super influential and super important in the world, is that he created the code of law that almost every single code of law in mainland Europe is built off of. That's like the big thing. And the French people, and obviously because partisanship, you know, he's our emperor and shit, they will like suck his dick for that like really hard and forget that, you know, he was fucking a fucking horrible sanguinary bloody dictator. Why would you want another Napoleon if it was just the one guy that was any good? I don't know, man. To appease the Corsicans, okay? Wasn't he responsible for the buttons on the cuff of our blazers as well, or was that before? I've heard that story, but I never fact-checked it. I don't know if it's real or not. And yet the Bourbons were so bad that after they got reinstated, Napoleon could waltz in less than a year. Oh yeah, but they were a shit show, absolutely. So I'm seeing the fuck. Napoleon's army may have suffered from the greatest wardrobe malfunction in history. Historians still puzzle over Napoleon's catastrophic Russian defeat, but material scientists think the army's buttons may be to blame. This is new information. They want another Napoleon for his massive dawn. Okay, let's skim through this real fast. How did the loss happen? Probably not because of fucking winter, you know? Ainissa Ramirez, a materials scientist at Yale University, explains that the bonding structure of tin atoms begins to change when temperatures drop below 56 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 30 degrees Celsius. Oh. Oh. So in the Russian winter, the buttons of their coats turn to dust? Holy shit. That's actually... What? That's actually really fucking cool. And the link to the video doesn't actually fucking work. RIP. I'm still cool. I wanted to watch the video though. 56 is 13 Celsius? Wait, that's... What? Clickbait from Smithsonian? Kind of, yeah. Kind of clickbaity. Okay, Ainissa Ramirez. Let's just search her. Ainissa Ramirez. Material marvels. Okay, let's search tin with Ainissa Ramirez. Space shuttle ceramics. Okay, we're not getting into it. Where do you stand on the Dreyfus affair? I'll be real with you. I don't remember. I don't even remember the specifics, except that it was like the big like French mask-off anti-Semitic moment before the World Wars. Okay, this is a good one. Holy shit. Is this this is TOS, okay? It's in Minecraft. Snap baguette announcement. Monsieur Otsoyo, please click my ban me yesterday. I was eating it, I looked down and saw this. I see that previous pic I'm okay with showing on stream. This I'm not showing on stream, okay? No. Your banh mi's your banh mi's special sauce does not belong on my stream. Okay. Anyways, I think there's several like sites confirming the story of Napoleon Bonaparte doing the sleeve thing, but there is another version. Tweed jackets were worn with buttons on sleeves in order to wash hands without taking off outer garments. It was extremely important for doctors who often needed to give first aid urgently. Maybe this is the reason why sleeves with unfastening buttons were called surgical for a long time. Okay. Have you seen Ramses II face reconstitution? Yeah, I think I seen something like that. All right. And yeah, Peter Khan, I missed your message from earlier. Yeah, Godard is dead. It's sad. I mean, I haven't really watched any of his newer shit. I've only ever watched a single one of his movies, to be honest, so I'm not very familiar with his filmography in the end. But it is sad that he died. He was a brilliant cinema person, film. He was the best anti-Semite to... Wait, what? Nah. Was what? That surgical thing can't be true because Kim Hyuk never washes his hands. True. Dude. Okay, we're getting into deep French lore now. Okay. I don't know if I can accept such statements. Let's see what this random French dude has to say about it.
Fait antisémite comme l'affirme Gérard Darmon. Deux, et ça c'est une question récurrente, est-ce qu'il faut séparer l'œuvre de l'auteur? D'ailleurs, Darmon cite lui-même Céline. Alors, pourquoi cette sortie Candice Mahout, on en parle aussi avec Laurent Neumann. Pourquoi Gérard Darmon est-il aussi critique, aussi sévère?
Gérard Darmon, il est déjà très sévère parce qu'il est juif, il défend sa communauté très régulièrement.
Okay, so this guy is claiming that Godard, Gérard Darmon is claiming that Godard is anti-Semitic. Oh, because he was a Palestinian cause militant, but he also had provocative statements. And this is paywalled. French feels like a made-up language every time I hear it. Go listen to some Dutch. All languages are made up, true. Okay, okay, Times of Israel. Let's go there. Okay, I'll be honest. First off, just to present like from what kind of reading I'm doing here. I don't give a shit that he criticized Israel. I genuinely don't. Okay, you can criticize Israel, and that doesn't make you an anti-Semite. That's it. Now, if he says cringe stuff about Jewish people, that's something else. Marxist. Got accused of anti-Semitism, pro-Palestinian, created controversy in the US in 2010 for his positions on Israel and Jewish people. What the fuck? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna translate this off the cuff, but he said in an interview, he said that the suicide bombings done by Palestinians to try to create a Palestinian state in the end resemble what the Jews did by letting themselves be driven like sheep and exterminated in the gas chambers, sacrificing themselves in order to achieve the state of Israel. Oh my god, that's the spiciest fucking way of. Okay, I get that. I get why he was controversial. I see how this could have pissed people off. That's an interesting comparison to do. The first controversy was in '74 when to illustrate his notion of editing as a comparative vision of history, he superimposed in his documentary here and there an image of Golda Meir, premier Israeli PM, with the image of Adolf Hitler. Oh no, he's fucking okay. This is like this guy is like Destiny tier provocateur. I think that's what I'm getting from this. So this movie where he compared Jews to Nazis caused a big scandal. Yeah, no shit. In 2018, he signed a petition with dozens of other professionals from the French movie industry in favor of boycotting Israeli culture. within the to oppose the French-Israeli season organized by the French Institute. Next year, he signed a petition by 400 people in the journal Liberation to defend their anti-Zionist position and to protest criminalizing the anti-Zionist opinion. Known for his taste for provocation, he congratulated himself in an interview in 2014 that the far right had arrived in ahead in the European elections in France, believing that the president François Hollande should have named Marine Le Pen prime minister. Jesus Christ. Who is Adolf Hitler? Is that like Adolf Hitler? No, it's Daddy Hitler. He said, "I wish that the National Front wins. I find that Hollande should install Marine Le Pen as prime minister." Questioned on the reasons for this position, he responded, "So that things move a bit, so that we at least pretend to change things up, even if we don't change anything, which is better than pretending to do nothing," he added with a laugh. Man, look, honestly, he's being a dick, which is super fair to criticize. But accelerationist Maoism, yeah, literally accelerationism. I fucking hate accelerationism. It's super fucking cringe. It's the realm of hyper-privileged people to be like, well, it would be better if we fuck things up because then we can rebuild them better. Yeah, dude, the only people I've ever heard prone accelerationism are the people who want to get fucking murdered in the accelerationist scenario. Okay, if you can prone accelerationism from your ivory tower, you're kind of a piece of shit. It's a bit easy. It's a bit easy to be like the end justifies the means. Do you know of the CCRU? No. A long time ago, Jean-Marie Le Pen, for those who don't know, Jean-Marie Le Pen is Marine Le Pen's father, who is a Holocaust denier, who denied the French crimes against humanity in the War of Algeria. Jean-Marie Le Pen asked that I be kicked out of France. But I just want things to be shaken up, he added. The big winners are the people who don't vote. I'm part of them I've been part of them for a long time. No. 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 Please vote, okay? Don't listen to this guy. So much pain. A born provocateur, Godard was also an important figure in an important figure for the left, but impossible and inclassable, like impossible to categorize. The anarchist Swiss, according to the he was nicknamed by the organizers of the Cannes Festival, which he helped cancel in '68, was also named the stupidest. Le plus con, the stupidest of pro-Chinese Swiss people. He's pro-China. He's Maoist. He's unironically Maoist. Oh my god. I mean, okay, his movies are still good, but holy shit. Don't vote so you can be mad no matter the outcome. That's literally the stance of the people who don't vote in France. There's so much of that rhetoric here in Brazil as well. Yeah. Do you know, it's where accelerationism was cooked up by British grad students high on amphetamines like Nick Land. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he's stirring shit, okay? His sentence comparing, like, this is literally like Twitter tier discourse, comparing the like Palestinian suicide bombers to trying to create to build like the Palestinian nation to the people killed in the Holocaust. Also, like thinking about it, this is a really fucking bad metaphor, analogy. It's a really bad one because no one was volunteering. No one was fucking volunteering to go into a gas chamber. But when people are suicide bombers, they do volunteer for that. So that's kind of a different situation. Even if the end goal is creation of a sovereign state for your people, which also doesn't work because the Jewish people getting killed by fucking Nazi Germany, they weren't trying to create Israel, they were just trying to fucking survive. Yeah, exactly. They also didn't die to create Israel. So I have to say, my take from all of this is that Godard is wholly fucking stupid. Like, really, really, really fucking stupid when it comes to politics. That's my only take here. He's not an anti-Semite. He's just really fucking stupid on those topics. But whatever, details, let's not be pedantic. You're saying that's someone who's worked as a software engineer for 4 years? Have a good stream. I have to go take care of old people like you. Good luck. Stay safe, buddy. Is he stupid or being an accelerationist? Well, both. But also, being an accelerationist is like either stupid or evil. But you know, don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to stupidity. So I'm usually just gonna assume it's stupidity. Is there a difference? Yeah, in less words, that's what I was trying to say. Memes. Memes. Let's do some memes. Holy shit. I love the pharmacy light thingies. All the pills. Oh my god. You know what this reminds me of? I think I deleted most of them, but I might still have one. Oh no, okay, I don't know what's in my recycle bin. Fuck. Yeah, I don't have them anymore. Oh shit, the drop. French pharmacies. Okay, but most pharmacies don't have this, okay? Yeah, I'm going through the Discord memes, Pandart. Most pharmacies don't have, like, that cool of a thing. Most of them are really pretty basic. But what this is reminding me of... fuck, what are they called? The, like, techno demo... the demos, like... demo scene. Fuck. Yeah, let's just look for demo scenes shit. Like that reminded me of like this kind of shit. God, I love this stuff. It's so fucking cool. So, for those unaware, this is a sport for computer nerds where you create the best like visuals and movie clip with or like video clip for music with a very, very limited file size. So most of those are like 100 kilobytes. A 100 kilobyte program that then generates all those like insane computer 3D graphics to play them back to you on with some music. I mean, this was probably a couple megabytes. The modern ones are a couple megabytes. but then they expand. They like expand from a couple megabytes and fill your RAM with like a gigabyte of video data. It's crazy. That's what it reminded me of. Anyways, this one isn't that like amazing. There's some like cooler ones. Fabrausch is the like biggest group for this stuff. Let's skip ahead.
A monk asked Bozan,
Oh shit, some Buddhist memes.
"Is Buddha?"
What is Buddha? That's
Tozan said, "A tongue."
anyways. Imagine not being an accelerationist. You're the reason why it takes me 30 extra minutes to get home. Political artists are supposed to troll the political scene. Everything else would be tired agitprop and not art at all. A level of trolling is okay, for sure. But, yeah. I don't know. I find what he said to be criticable. But to be fair, what mostly triggered me about him was his like other takes. I'm not like super pro Israel, okay? So I'm rather sympathetic to him with that for that. Okay, so we need like 6 songs, and then we'll book the first gig. Bring your amps to my garage. This is gonna be fucking crazy. Yeah, we're gonna blow up so fast. We are gonna be like actually famous. What genre should we play? Who cares? We'll feel it out. Fuck this. Yeah, this is like the creation of every single garage band ever. That was at least an 8 out of 10 meme. How can you not pause and forcefully release air from your nostril? What meme? The pharmacy meme? I laughed out loud. Stop doing or what you... Oh, the accelerationist one. Okay, never mind. Yeah, good meme. Stop doing cryptography. Why do Alice and Bob just don't talk directly? Years of... Okay, this one goes out to Nept. Years of crypto, yet no real-world use found for indistinguishable obfuscation. Wanted to speak privately? We had a tool for that. It was called a closed drawer. Yes, please give me a ZKPK of something. Please give me a commitment of it. Look at what cryptographers have been demanding your respect for all this time. Yes, this is correct. Oh, this is some old memes. All 3 pixels of this.
It's been a long day without you, my friend.
What's the joke?
And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
For those who don't know, this was the, like a couple months ago. The oh, it's because the Center for Policy Innovation got closed. Oh, and this was like, okay. Wait, what happened? Oh, the sex cult for Maupin thing. Oh, yeah, I remember reading about that. Yeah, Caleb Maupin did like was a sex pest, or like a molester, turns out, right, or something like that. I don't know the specifics actually. Caleb Maupin sexual coercion is the accusation. Accused of violence and sexual harassment by several of his subordinates. He was expelled from the organization, and then the organization announced its dissolution. That's not kink. Okay. Attacking and condemning someone for sexual violence and harassment is not kink shaming. Kink shaming. Kinks are consensual. Even the kink of consensual non-consensual non-consent is consensual. So you are absolutely entitled to shame this. I love being alive, but oh, the suffering that comes with desire. Oh, I can't stand the suffering that comes with desire. I don't get that meme. But that's his kink. Well, your kink ain't valid if it ain't got consent. He pushed a young woman with addiction problems into prostitution. Oh. Is that the... What does this article say? It doesn't actually go into detail. Oh, that's the TrueAnon Reddit post about it. Caleb Maupin is a sex pervert cult leader. Oh, that's the Medium article. Caleb Maupin's former comrades speak out. His abuses must stop. Sheesh. So, this is all allegations. Prostitution isn't sending him text. Her being the Dom, aka Gray Zone. I mean, we will see, I guess. Bringing forward the statement was not easy for any of us. Over years, Caleb Maupin subjected members of CPI to various forms of abuse and exploitation. He pushed his sexual desires on members who had considered him to be a leading comrade, brought his sexual impulses into political organizing. Caleb pushed a member out of CPI and his predecessor, Students and Youth for a New America, after she made clear that she would not do sexual favors for him. Caleb paid a member for sex who he knew was economically desperate, and then he went on to push them out of the group and slander them. Caleb Maupin also targeted people in their teens with manipulative cult tactics in an effort to exploit their labor so that he can build himself up off their hard... That's called internships. Manipulative cult tactics to exploit people in their teens so they do free work for a political party. That's literally every single internship. What do you mean? I'm sorry. And then he would go on to slander them behind their backs if they didn't do exactly what he wanted. Still an internship. The abuses Caleb Maupin committed could have also done tremendous damage to all of us by discrediting all who associated, blah, 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 blah. Sexual misconduct. When I first met Caleb, I was 19 years old, living on my own, blah, blah, blah. When I met him, a prominent YouTuber and accomplished journalist over a decade older than me, who treated me like his intellectual equal. He made me feel intelligent and important. Yeah, you flirted. He was really hot. You thought he was smart. We had dinner together at least once a month, and sometimes during those dinners he would bring up what I assumed at the time was his academic interest in corporal punishment, especially spanking. That is kinky, yeah. As time went on, we became closer and closer friends, which led to him confiding in me in 2020 during the beginning of the pandemic that his academic special interest was, in fact, a sexual one. He even told me that he would engage other people in conversations about corporal punishment and spanking because it turned him on to do so. Yeah, okay. Pro tip. Especially for the ladies and homosexuals out there listening right now. If you're in what seems to be a platonic situation, and someone starts talking about like sexual topics, it is a form of flirting. It is a form of escalating intimacy. I don't think there's anything wrong specifically with it, but it's a little bit slimy if it's done without awareness of on both sides. So I have done it with lovers in the past, but like the attraction was already there. I didn't start talking about sexual topics. Why girls and gays? Because I guess women can do it too. Actually, you know what? You got me. This is for everyone. Actually, you know what? Fuck. I'm bigoted. I'm sexist. Hello, mon ami. How are you? Comment ça va, Halalfa? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, Habibi. Gays does it too as fuck. Yeah. I know. But like, in my experience, it's mostly men doing it. That's why I said like heterosexual women and gay men. I'm addressing it to them. But yeah, absolutely. Like everyone can do this. Basically, if there's no such thing as platonically, there's no such thing as platonically discussing sex, or there is such a thing, but how you say it? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum is how I've learned it. I don't know if that's like the, and the response is yeah, malikum salam. I might be butchering the pronunciation. I'm sorry if I am. Yeah, platonic friendships between opposite genders isn't real. I disagree with that. Platonic friendship between opposite genders does work. What I'm saying is that people from Muslim to non-Muslim, we just say walaikum. Okay, cool. What I'm saying is that if you're in a platonic relationship and the other person starts like talking a lot about the kinks or their kinks or like sexual topics, they are trying to escalate the relationship into a sexual one. That's all I'm saying. French butchering Arabs, what an iconic duo. Ah, no, stop. Fuck. I wholeheartedly denounce the crimes of the French government in the Algerian War, okay? I genuinely do. It was a fucking horrible episode of history. Anyways, so yeah, he basically comes on to her, talking about corporal punishment and spanking because it turned him on to do so. When he became closer friends in 2021, he finally admitted to me that he would masturbate to the thought of roping unsuspecting people, especially women, into these conversations about their experiences with being spanked and other forms of physical abuse. So let's play Spot the Problem. Ding, ding, ding. Wait. I need to play the little music thingy. Let's play Spot the Problem. What is the problem here with what Caleb Maupin was doing? In my opinion, the problem is that he is roping people into a sexual experience for himself without their consent. So normally, even though I just described the fact that talking about your kinks, talking about sexual stuff with people is a form of intimacy, you don't do it, it's not the kink itself usually, right? So you're flirting with someone and you start talking, like sharing your kinks or sharing like a fantasy with them. That is intimacy, and that will probably like turn both of you on if there is attraction, obviously. But that's not the kink itself. In his case, the kink is to have people unsuspectingly be in those discussions with him and turn him on. He is having people do a sexual favor to him without their consent, in fact, without their knowledge, which is very, very ethically bad. That is the problem that I have with this. Have you talked about the train strike? Not yet, no. We have a lot of shit to catch up on. Liberalism wants to break barriers between men and women, but reality is there's a line that protects them for safety. I disagree, but like I remember our discussions back when I used to stream that you're in a very much more traditional conservative mindset, which that would be cool. It would be cool to have a conversation about that someday. We could if you ever want to like come on call in on stream, we could have a discussion on it. I can fantasize about whatever I want. No, of course you can fantasize about whatever you want. But the second you start bringing people into your fantasy and they don't know that they're part of your fantasy, which means by definition that they didn't consent to being part of your fantasy, that is a problem. So she says, I tend to be a very open and sexually liberal person, so I don't really mind when my friends discuss their sex lives with me in a platonic way. As a matter of fact, I was honored that Caleb supposedly trusted me enough that he was willing to share that part of his life with me. However, I was still under the impression he was interested in me as a platonic friend and comrade. Oh, sweet summer child. See, this is why I thought it was important to mention that, like, no, there's nothing platonic about this. Are we doing sex viewer Colin? Not right now, okay? The problem is him telling her and not him doing it. So from a consequentialist ethical perspective, that is actually true, right? What you don't know what you don't know doesn't harm you. If he actually kept it private, then those would have remained purely platonic conversations, at least in her reality. So there is a perspective where what you're saying, Peter Kahn, actually makes a lot of sense. But obviously, and this is also another part of this, like, kind of a bit of this, like, slimy manipulative approach, he clearly wanted to escalate the relationship, and she clearly misunderstood the intention, which is, I'm sorry, a little bit dumb of her. Not dumb, inexperienced, okay? Let's put it that way. She's inexperienced with men being this way. It's not dumb, it's a lack of experience. You can say it's a problem him doing it because it's harming his own psyche, but that's a moral argument. I'm making a moral argument, but I'm making the moral argument from the perspective of consent being at the heart of relationship ethics. You're making a moral argument from the idea that self-preservation is from the ethics of self-preservation, that you should do things that further your own health and your own well-being. That's like a different perspective, but you're also presupposing that kink, which I agree with. Self-preservation is paramount. I agree with you on that. The part where I don't know if I agree with you is I don't agree that kinks are necessarily self-harm. Some kinks, I think that most kinks that are harmful or that are akin to self-harm are actually expressions of trauma that was already there. At least in my, anecdotal experience, but also reading a bit, like psychology papers, it tends to generally be, this is a tendency, it doesn't apply to everyone, but my understanding is that the trauma comes first, and then from the trauma come like kinks and like perversions, if you want to call them that, in sexual behavior. That so it's not that the kink harms the person. When you look at those stats that like people like neurodivergent or like neurotypical people with mental health problems are more likely to be kinky, I think it's it's like confusing the chicken with the egg. It's not that they have mental health problems because they engage in atypical sexual practices. It's because they're already atypical people that they're more likely to engage in those practices, in my opinion. I've been dating a girl and she's missing a hand. I didn't know she didn't have a hand until I met her, and they didn't look close enough at her pictures. I felt like shit and kept on dating her, but I told her I didn't want anything serious. We're still cool and have a date tomorrow. I did some research on Reddit and saw that she basically shouldn't bring up the disability as a talking point because she has learned to live with it since birth. She runs marathons, so clearly she's able-bodied. I think it's really cool that you looked up like how to. I think first off I want to praise you. I like the fact that you
I could masturbate.
Holy
and I could be
shit!
In pain and like breathing, like spitting my lungs out.
Yo, Chud, thanks for the raid. All right, hello, all you Chud Logic viewers. We are currently discussing fucking are currently discussing Caleb Maupin being a sex pest, but also mostly discussing. Right now is like going on like a tangent, giving dating advice to a longtime viewer. So, anyways, we're talking about kinks, relationships, and Caleb Maupin being a fucking weirdo. I haven't streamed in a while, so I'm catching up on old news. Hope you enjoy it. Caleb Maupin, the spank master, exactly. So, sorry. Going back to Kino. Kino asked me, for those who just joined, can we do that later? I'm embarrassed. No, I'm milking you. I'm milking your fat hard content, Kino. So Kino was asked. He started dating a girl who's missing a hand. And let's go full screen for this. We don't need the Caleb Maupin article in the background. And he was asking like what my thoughts on that. Basically, you know, the fact that you like looked up stuff online on how to how to not offend or make things awkward with a person with a disability. That's actually kind of cute. That shows that you care at least about, you know, being wholesome and nice with her. That's kind of cool of you. The one thing I want to say, because you say in your message that you felt like shit, but you kept on dating her. Don't string her on, okay? If you're not attracted to that person, for God's fucking sake, dump her now, okay? If you are attracted to her, yes, do go on, and that's great. Also, sexual ethics are not natural. Anyways, Caleb Maupin, the sex pest. Let's go. No, I am attracted. She has an amazing body. I was just shocked. Oh, then yeah, keep on doing what you're doing. All's good. Okay. So where we were at, Caleb Maupin wanted to spank this lady, and she thought for some reason she thought a dude telling her repeatedly, "Oh, lady, I really want to spank you so much," was platonic, which I think demonstrates a severe lack of experience in like intimate encounters with men. Which is okay. It's okay to not be experienced, but it is what it is. Which is why I continue to participate in CPI's conferences and events, including facilitating CPI's California conference for him in September 2021, which entailed Caleb, blah, 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 blah. I was working in a math tutoring company. So she keeps on working with Caleb on various different projects. She still thinks their relationship is purely platonic. Caleb insisted that he wanted to have lunch at a Mexican restaurant before we left and refused to get me a separate Uber to get to the airport early to work. Since I couldn't complete my shift in the restaurant, I ended up missing it and losing my job as a result. Oh no. He made her lose her fucking job? Jesus Christ. Even though I told him this is exactly what would happen and explained to him the many reasons why I couldn't afford to lose my job, when I did get fired, Caleb insisted that I will be okay and that we, himself and CPI, will not abandon you. Little did I know that when Caleb reassured me he'd help me find another job. He didn't necessarily mean another tutoring gig. Wait, what are those messages? Fuck. Remember on Monday when I said that missing that shift might cost me my job? I wasn't correct. I'm really sorry, Caleb. I'll do my best to find another job. Why are you apologizing? Blah, blah, blah. Talking about dad's credit or some shit. The main conflict between Caleb and I started living in Jersey. Oh, God. I fucking hate interpersonal drama. Where's the sex stuff? Oh. Therefore, I ended up doing sex work so I could make enough to support our household and pay off my debts while still having enough time to canvas full-time for the JBVs. I distinctly remember telling Caleb that it seemed like sex work was my only way out of this delicate financial situation. His response was simply that he respects my decision. In retrospect, it seems like the real reason he didn't mind me doing sex work is because he probably wanted to become one of my clients. For what it's worth, after I left the JBV house, he eventually did become a client of mine. Caleb kicked me out of the John Brown volunteers in the beginning of November 2021 after I relapsed on heroin in late October. Uh-huh. Is the woman blameless for becoming a sex worker? Well, I missed a bunch of context because it was really fucking boring, but I guess it was important. Oh, so she joined this, like, house. She lived in Jersey City with the John Brown volunteers, and she owed rent to them. I was paying the majority of the household expenses in the JBV because the only money we received to support ourselves was the half of our canvassing money we kept each day. Most of the time, we'd make about $30 to $100 per day total. Caleb still expected me to continue financially supporting the JBV while I also had to continue to pay for my student loans. I think he pressured her. Okay, he pressured her into basically, she could have just left no. Not that he isn't vile. So the way I look at this is I understand why they were talking about cult stuff at the start of this article. This is literally fucking getting roped into a cult. You get like guilt tripped and manipulated into giving everything you have to a group of people that are gonna suck the living soul out of you for like a cause. It doesn't matter that here it's communism or some weirdo politics or God or anything. This is actually a fucking cult house that she got roped into. And, well, she doesn't say that anyone, like, pimped her out explicitly. It's not like anyone was like, okay, now you're going to do sex work. It's rather that they wanted her to make money for them, regardless of how she got that money. It's just that she then defaulted to sex work. So the sex work was her choice. But at that point, she was getting roped into a fucking political cult, basically, is what it looks like. The fact that she then gets back on heroin, and then she, like, goes back to doing sex work and becomes Caleb Maupin's dominatrix, adds a whole other layer of weird vileness to the whole situation, to be honest. Not necessarily calculated, but more like he clearly has no issue preying upon someone who is in a very, very, very vulnerable situation in their life, which does say a lot about this Caleb Maupin person. Oh, let me take that back a little bit. Actually, let me take that back. The last part of what I said. I mean, he's still a fucking weirdo, but she says, by that time in mid-December, I was clean again, which Caleb insisted upon in order for us to see each other. So this is actually kind of wholesome. Him insisting on her coming clean and ending her heroin addiction, I actually kind of respect that. Like, this is something I like to say. People are always like, manipulation is a bad thing. It's wrong to manipulate people. There is such a thing as manipulating people for good. Not in like an end justifies the means way, but more in like black magic and white magic. I think it's Mr. Girl calls it like the black arts. There's like the black arts and the white arts. You can manipulate people in constructive ways or can manipulate them in destructive ways. He clearly has power over her. Using that power to help her throw the addiction is probably a good thing. The bad part though is the second half of the sentence is really fucking disgusting. Yet he was still apparently lying to the rest of CPI that I continued to be in the midst of my drug addiction. He did this while saying to my face that he didn't want me going to CPI events or his birthday party, so I didn't run into his wife. This is extremely manipulative. This is someone who is trying either to live a double life where like either like perhaps his wife doesn't actually know about it, but this is also very, very akin to like culty behavior or just like outright predatory like manipulative behavior, abuser behavior. It's to isolate you. Isolate you so you can't talk to other people. Spread lies about people so they hate each other. So I actually, this is a fucking roller coaster. I'm back to like fucking hating Caleb Maupin. I guess what you're saying, I guess people with power sometimes do good things. Like, I'm sure Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars probably truly helped out some planets in the galaxy. Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows the trains ran on time. Haha. That was a joke, by the way. But no, it's more like it's less of a like sometimes you know it's less of a the power will benefit some people argument, and or sometimes the power is used for good, and more of a like power is just a tool. It can be used for good or for evil. So, for example, the psychological methods, because we're talking about like cult shit, the psychological methods for indoctrinating someone into a cult, and the psychological techniques for breaking someone out of a cult, deprogramming them, are very, very similar. It's actually the same things. You're programming someone and deprogramming someone follows the same steps, because the first step is to destroy someone. You break them apart. You isolate them from their social circle. You isolate them from their friends, from their family. Then you gaslight them. You destroy their points of reference, their to like what is true, what is good, what is real, what is right and wrong, so that you become the person who controls what is good and what is evil, what is right and wrong. They then have to latch onto you to understand what is reality. And at that point, you're in. You're sucked into the cult. You're latched on. You're brainwashed. And then to break someone out of the cult, you need to break them apart again. You need to break them. You need to deprogram them and reprogram them into mainstream society, basically. Objective morals are a guiding light to society. You know what, Halafa? I'll actually agree with you. Moral, like, subjective morality is fucking cringe as like an intellectual standpoint. I don't like it. And hey, based clap. Even though we probably disagree on what those morals are, I don't like the idea of like, oh, everything's subjective. We can't really know what's right and wrong. Though, let me just nuance this a little bit. Subjective morality as an ideal, as a philosophy, is cringe. But as a material, it is a material reality. Every single subjective person with their own morality thinks that their morality, or most of them, think that their morality is the objective morality. So the subjective morality is a material reality, but it is not a viable philosophy, in my opinion. That is my stance. Anyways, she was shunned and ostracized out of the CPI. He basically isolated her and like used her addiction to isolate her, and continue using her as a sex worker. They continued in the sex work arrangement. She eventually asked him to stop because she was getting notifications from his sexually explicit messages while I was teaching my students. Oh shit. However, he only paid me for our in-person meetings and never even mentioned billing for my texting labor. Oh, that's cringe. All right. I don't want to go over all the DMs. Yeah, it depends if you get the morals from within the network or transcending it. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Unfortunately, I was wrong. The reason he stopped speaking to me was because apparently another group member came forward with her own allegations against him. I still publicly supported Caleb and CPI. To this day, I haven't said a single disparaging thing about him, blah, blah, blah. My morals being from an external source. Oh yeah, your morals are basically Islam. They're like from God, right? Okay, I'm done. There's way too much shit here. I just wanted memes. I didn't want a 50-page. I didn't want to do a 50-page fucking thing. Indeed, halal. Stop. Wait, why isn't this... Jesus Christ. There we go. Fuck, I hate old Reddit. It's actually trash.
Okay. Really, I feel like we should do a platinum giveaway right now, Dean. Okay. Really just throw that wrench in there. Yay! Oh, Greg, you're in the spot. You have to read it.
Oh,
God.
boy. Oh.
You're the name reader.
Yeah,
Pressure.
whoever's close. Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Lolly con God.
Dear God. Oh, God. Great job.
Is this
Amazing.
an inside joke?
No, don't ask. Don't ask.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
all
not
good.
gonna say it
This
again.
is Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, I was going through Discord memes, by the way, before we got sidetracked on the Caleb Maupin shit. Which, by the way, for anyone who cares, you can join my Discord and post memes there, and I'll look at them on stream. Breaking. Joe Biden announces total student debt cancellation to be paid off by increasing taxes on op-ed columnists. Amazing. Oh fuck, he's getting fucked by Shrek? God damn it. Why did I fucking click that? I understand that NASA needs to measure radiation levels to study how female astronauts may fare on moon missions. The booba. Oh. Oh no. I mean, hey. I'm sure boobas absorb a lot of radiation, okay? This is important. And like, okay, we shouldn't look, we shouldn't make fun of this. Why shouldn't we make fun of this? Because they're having so many problems in science and in medicine because we didn't actually study women's bodies as a different body than men's bodies. Like, yes, it's good that they're doing it, okay? Maybe it's not the best way to do it, but I'm sure they designed it well, okay? They know more about engineering stuff than we fucking do, or some random on Twitter does. It's called gay sex, and it's the next big thing. Okay. The Wolf of Gay Sex. It looks like a PlayStation 1 character, true. God damn, you guys need to post better memes, okay? This is why I need the Chud viewers in my Discord. I need higher quality memes.
No, don't spit. When it's in your mouth, you swallow it. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, that was a good one. That was actually a good one. Sex joke, I laugh every time. The globalist state has declared war on me. I am in the mountains with a 3D printed rifle. On the run for months, but I keep a cool head. I take my ham radio and connect to the nearest beacon. It's been hijacked. It plays, "We are the prophets of Lazojet. This is the karmic grid." The fuck is this? I have no fucking clue. I am buying all listed company stocks whose price is less than 101 rupees. Quantity Each and during AGM, I emailed them to send me their physical annual report. And those reports, I think this is rupees, right? And those reports weight is 1 to 1.5 kilograms approximately. And Bangar rate, oh, it's Bangars. Wait, that's not Indian. Oh, it is. Okay, I that is an Indian city, so it's probably is Indian. And Bangar rate is 15 rupee a kilogram. So every year I'm getting 100% of invested value as Bangar sale, kapaisa, and this process repeats until company gets delisted. Amazing. Wait, so if I understand correctly, he buys stock of like super cheap penny stock companies, makes them send their physical annual report, which costs more than the single stock he bought, to make them lose money. That sounds like a Wall Street Bets post. The I will not eat the bugs crowd has moved on to shellfish because they're not real fish and scavenge the ocean floor. We're seeing Jewish dietary laws get reinvented in real time. This is a bug on land, this is a bug on water. Okay, unironically, yes. Yes. Shellfish are bugs in the sea. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Fucking delicious. Yo, Halalfa, are you allowed to eat shellfish in under Islam? Oh, yeah, we've seen this already. No. Fuck. Fuck, I got baited by the fucking weeb. I got baited by the fucking weeb picture. God damn it.
Some of my colleagues have been around how long we've been fighting for them. How long we've been taking on these interests. From the time I got to the Senate 720 years ago. I'm serious, think about it.
Good one. Me when there's cheese at the function. Amazing. Okay. That was less memes than I thought. Someone tagged me in the... Alright, let's look at some Ukraine war memes. Guys, I need to catch up on the Ukraine news. Holy shit, that whatchamacallit. The fucking Kherson offensive. 55-year-old Russian regrouper. Never gives up regrouping plans, even to commanders. Regrouped all the way from Kiev to Belgorod. Loves making signs of goodwill. Saw Ukrainian newborn, regrouped. I'm regrouping. Lift all the equipment behind while regrouping. Good one. There we go. Okay, so this is like an anti-NATO coalition telegram. PMC Wagner Group. Soldier of Fortune. Someone celebrating the Wagner Group. Mine isn't nearly as good, but I made it for my friend in Wagner Group. It's basically just the Wagner sledgehammer guy crushing the Nazi Stahlhelm. Oh no. Someone let him know. Someone let him know what the Wagner Group is. That's just... Jesus fucking Christ. His profile pic. Dude, his profile pic is a fucking swastika made out of Z's. Like, you can't see it entirely, but you can tell. Least cognitive dissonant Z poster. Claiming to fight fascism. Classic. Alright. some shit that I've been wanting to do for a while. I haven't actually watched any of the Dylan Burns, any of that Dylan Burns, whatchamacallit, Ukraine shit. Let's see. Noam Chomsky is wrong, blah, blah, blah. God damn it. I think this is the main one, right? Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling. Just whenever you're ready. Okay. I feel like very lucky on one hand, not only because, again, people work their whole careers to get this level of access. We're being escorted by the Ukrainian military and aid workers to the front line to interview people and to videotape at the front line. It's insane. I mean, obviously, there's a tinge of nervousness. I'm trying to ignore that mostly because I've never been in a situation like this before. The closest thing I can even imagine was January 6th because I was there on January 6th. Thankfully,
holy shit! Sure. I didn't know he was there. Damn. Did he like live stream it?
Wearing a Biden hoodie as well, because I was at January 6th with a Biden hoodie because I'm a imbecile. I'll try not to do that today. I still can't get over.
Okay, unironically, I think you're more of a target driving through Ukraine with like a press written on your car and on your body than with a Biden hoodie at January 6th. Think your life is more in danger in Ukraine, that situation.
The fact that they said take off the press thing that'll make you a bigger target. I can't get over that. Yeah. That's so fucked.
Yeah, he just said it.
Also, for the record, we're nervous too. It's normal.
Literally what I just said.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
My name is Dylan Burns, and I'm a content creator for Maryland who, until recently, was covering the Russian invasion of Ukraine from my home in the United States on Twitch and YouTube. But I decided that I wanted to cover the war more in depth, talk to those affected by it, and see the reality of the war firsthand so I can improve my coverage. After a lot of preparation, I got on a plane and went to Ukraine. There, I gathered an experienced team that
I got a plane, I went to Ukraine.
Yes. Patrick Hilsman, a journalist who has covered the war in Syria, Philip, an impromptu getaway driver and photographer, and Pavel, our rough and tumble fixer. We then embedded with the Angels of War, a volunteer organization led by the always eccentric Alexei, which is made up of medics who go to the front line to deliver supplies and transport those injured by the war to safety. With this team, we headed towards the frontline city of Zaporozhye, where we would be able to get access to the front line of the war with local Ukrainian troops.
So for those who don't know, Zaporizhia, you might have heard about it because there's the nuclear power plant there. UA live UA map, that's the one. Zaporizhia is here, and the nuclear power plant of Enerhodar is right here. So he is roughly in the middle of Ukraine, really close to the front. I planted an idea in Itilio's mind. Are you thinking about volunteering? No. I do not have the skills to volunteer for fuck all. Like, unironically, the only shit I could do that would be actually constructive would be to volunteer for like groups that help refugees here in France. That being said, France hasn't taken in a lot of refugees in the first place, so. But yeah, that I probably should do. I've been thinking about it, but haven't done it yet.
Right now, we're getting closer and closer to Zaporozhye. Not too far out at this point.
Audio in a car.
The ability to actually, if we're allowed, if they give us permission, interview soldiers and go to the point of contact, also known as point zero. I'm very interested to do that. Of course, we're going to make sure to do everything safely and do everything by the book. I'm going to, of course, listen to my friends here. Who are going to give me all the advice I need to stay alive. I have put my lives completely in the hands of the local Polish community. Whether that is a wise decision, I will leave up to the historians.
It is a wise decision. Polak potrafi. Anyways, fuck, I'm sorry. I really like what he's doing and everything, but Jesus Christ, you shouldn't be like vlogging from inside a car. The audio, it's just terrible for the audio. Just film the like car footage and then like dub it over or something. but it's okay.
It's only a wise decision. Well, recently we actually saw
I guess it's more natural.
Su-25 pass overhead.
It's like
Which is the first time I've
actually
seen
impromptu
a
and
war. First time I've seen
all
an
that
aircraft
shit.
period in the country. Because, you know, with all the airports shut down due to the war, I haven't seen any. And I grew up in the DC area, so I'm used to seeing planes all the time. And so seeing that was pretty surreal.
Distributing aid with the angles of war. Isn't the act of Dylan filming compromising troop positions? No, he's being careful to only release photos and footage after getting it approved by and positions after getting it approved by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, MOD.
We were able to set up some interviews for today. This is really unprecedented for me, at least. I had no idea we were going to be able to be given this level of access. And so currently, I have
my understanding is he's being super responsible about that shit.
Around Zaporozhye, and we're going to do this safely. I've been given medical training. I'm not going to be doing anything silly. I'm taking this extremely seriously. I've been given a rundown of what I'm supposed to do. In fact, I actually had a press
Wait, what's that
I was
music?
going to wear, but I was advised that this actually has an ability to shine. And the problem with me wearing this is that this actually makes me... I've been given a rundown of what I'm supposed to do. In fact, I actually had a shine off of it. And they don't believe that the Russians are going to respect the Geneva Convention. Well, they haven't really up to this point, so I have no reason to doubt them. So I'm actually.
I can't believe he's 21. When I was 21, I was jerking off in my apartment playing League. Yeah,
they won't be able to see anything that
mad respect.
Press for my own safety, which is ethically fucked.
That he's doing this is really fucking cool.
Even keeled so far, which is about as good as it can be.
Even keel? What about you? What about you, Philip?
I'm fine. I'm very good.
Very good. What are you expecting out of today, Patrick?
I expect us to follow all the safety regulations and to go film at the front and then get back safely.
That's a good mission statement. And with a little luck, we might record something interesting.
Oh, it'll be interesting.
I'm no longer playing League. Well, you've progressed.
A lot of journalists have been unable
I'm
to get
proud of
access
you.
at all to the front line. And so this is because our colleague Pavel is a madman, and he's able to do things that other people can't do sometimes.
Are you telling me that they didn't pull up Dylan Burns' TV and see me debate Jackson Hinkle and said, well, this is the man who needs to show our people to the world? That isn't the situation that occurred?
He should come here to debate you.
My goodness. What is it, like 34, 35 journalists have already died in the conflict? It's been going on for 100 days. Today's actually, did you know that, Patrick? Today's the 100th day of the conflict. The 100th day of the invasion is today. Anybody who thinks that this is going to be negotiated away anytime soon, they're just not in a position.
Yeah, this feels like so I was expecting more of a documentary type thing with the editing and everything, but this is more like a vlog in the format. I mean, obviously not in how serious the topic is that it's covering, but the format is kind of a vlog. Last Ukrainian checkpoint before the front line. Jeez, wait, do they have fucking? Is this a fucking rocket launcher in the back of the car? Or are they just happy to see me? It's like they're on a holiday, lol. Yeah. I mean, hey, oh shit. Talk about gun safety. You know how you're never supposed to have a gun pointed at you or like pointed at people? The cameraman is literally sitting in the middle of the car. The entire drive, the muzzle is pointed at him. That gun hits a bump. It's obviously it's like the safety's on. Okay, I'm assuming those guys aren't that fucking stupid, right? They like survived this shit, so it's the safety is probably on that fucking AK. Oh, probably an AKM. So they're in Russian artillery range right now. You can film here, you can walk around and film everything on video, how the houses were bombed. Okay, we'll go towards the shop. Yeah, you can walk up to the shop and film there. And it's actually super comfy with LEDs.
Further than basically over there. The reason being that that's where they're fighting. And so we've been given about like 20 to 30 minutes to walk around near here. We're within Russian artillery range, we're within Russian missile range, within range basically everything, besides maybe small arms fire. And so we're going to be here for
I would not feel very comfy on the front lines of a war.
If anything is seen suspicious, obviously we leave.
Oh yeah, if they didn't have to fight. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful landscape.
But just not in these houses, right?
I think there's still people in here.
Our boys are defending the area to Orihivka. I have a wife. She also lives in Orihiv. We have something like a dasha here. There are craters everywhere. But where can we go?
He's going to show us the place with the rocket spot. Being kind enough to guide us to where a rocket struck to show it to us. This guy, who we just interviewed, was kind enough to bring us to the spot where a rocket struck one of his neighbor's homes. As you can see, this room is completely destroyed. The wall has been taken out. It looks like there might have been a door here. The door is completely gone.
Oh yeah, this is door frame.
As you can see, there's some roof damage as well. This is just a completely gaping home. It makes this house completely unlivable. It also has shattered the windows over there as well. You can actually look at the ceiling of the room, if you get close enough, it actually started to cave in. And not only to destroy this wall, but the wall behind it, in the home as well, is damaged with another gaping hole. When you compare this to destruction throughout a lot of the country, many homes are going to take years to fix, if they're fixable and they don't have to start all over from scratch. This is Russian strategy, and this is what the effect of it is on the ground. This is one of the inner walls of the building, meaning the artillery took out the wall outside, the outer wall, took out part of the ceiling, parts of the ceiling are collapsing in, shattered basically all of the windows, because it struck the back of the house. This is the front of the house. So this is what Russian artillery does. It slices through homes. It takes out not only entire rooms, but entire sections of houses. And this is all done by a single artillery shell.
Yeah, artillery is pretty fucking powerful.
The person who showed us where the artillery shell destroyed a local home is now bringing us to show even more destruction. Here's another person's house. A house's roof caved in due to the Russian bombardment.
Man, they're just like blowing up every fucking house in the village. Jesus Christ.
I think it's self-evident the type of damage it could do to civilians. And
I guess not every. We're seeing we're seeing like a bunch of houses in the background that are okay. But fuck, imagine living in this village and you're like every couple days a house just randomly blows up. You never know if it's going to be your house next.
Thank you. That guy was extremely helpful.
Boys will be here to pick this up. They left it here in 15 minutes. They'll come by and pick it up. Gee, is this a minefield? I think this means mines. I'm not sure though. Let's see. Google Translate from English to Ukrainian. Oops. Oh no, minus Schachta. Wait, then what is written there? Oh. It is that. Yeah. Like careful or attention mines. Okay. Jeez, that's a really fucked up thing too with like being becoming a war zone. You're gonna have mines for like 50 years. You're gonna have kids going out to play in the forests and blowing their legs off somewhere deep in the forest. That's what happens in every war-torn country ever since mines were fucking invented. Wonder who arranged the trip and all the contacts, etc. There's no war tourism travel agency. No, so what my understanding is, what the approach Dylan Burns had was getting in touch with the different humanitarian organizations on the Polish side of the border, building up contacts, and then he managed to establish a rapport with this organization. I forgot, the Angels of something. I forgot the name already. Maybe it's described here again. Nope, it isn't. The Angels of something, and those guys go into Ukraine to deliver like humanitarian aid. So he is he became friends with those people, and so they believe in the cause of him like putting out this documentary. So they help him come with the humanitarian convoy as press, basically. That's how he managed to get there. Isn't the border of France and Germany still fucked because of mines and shit? No, it's fucked because of heavy metal contamination. All the artillery shells and stuff, they've basically poisoned entire forests and made them unlivable. But I don't think there's that many mines. They still regularly find artillery shells, though. There could be minefields. I'm not sure. Mines have been banned for a long time, same as cluster weapons, but evidence they've been used quite a few times. Yeah, and cluster weapons as well. Both Ukraine and Russia have been using cluster weapons. So yeah. We finally understood that the Polish people are closer to us than the Russian or Belarusian people, but the Poles, our Cossacks, and your warriors were always one. Aww. Tsarist Russia always needed. It was never enough. They would steal from somewhere else, take from someone else, instead of doing it themselves. Wait, They're racked with envy because others have more than them. If you want more... Well, okay. Yeah, he was criticizing, like, Russian imperialism. We try not to get too settled in. I need to, like, switch back to normal playback when there's the subtitles. And we try not to get too settled in. We had tried to settle in, make things more pleasant, but it didn't work out. Our friend saw it himself. As soon as we get set up, flybys. We call this position the hole because almost everything lands here. There was a convoy of people leaving Mariupol and Berdyansk and passing through here. They would wait for a column of people to gather and then start firing on them. This is how we live. Everything is ready. The bulletproof vests are ready. Take a look inside. People are resting, getting ready for their shift.
Our hosts have been extremely kind and has given...
Didn't even know the Ukrainians had cluster bombs. They're usually dropped from planes, right? So what they have is the Toshka-U missile. That it's the OTR-21 Toshka, which is a holdover from the Soviet days. They've inherited a bunch of them from when they were a Soviet republic, and some of their old missiles are cluster munitions. That's why I'm saying that they like fragmentation missiles, basically. What does the Wikipedia page says? Yeah, you got the Scarab A, for example. It's got a conventional high explosive, a fragmentation, and nuclear, which they don't have. Oh yeah, here you see the like fragmentation system, right? The payload. You see there's like a bunch of little bombs here that can be racked in the payload. Hey Paula, how are you doing? This is important because this is one of those points of bomblets. Yeah, this is one of those points of contention between the like Russian propaganda machine and the Ukrainian propaganda machine. Whenever there is a fragmentation or cluster weapon attack hitting a civilian target, the Russians accuse the Ukrainians of having done it either as a false flag attack or as an actual like war crime directly. Well, both are war crimes, technically. So the Russians accuse Ukraine of doing it because the... oh, I thought fragmentation was just the metal casing breaking into shrapnel rather than separate bombs. Huh. Actually, you might be right. I thought fragmentation was whenever it would like be a cluster munitions. Because this is a cluster munition, right? That's... Okay, let's Google it. Let's make sure. What is fragmentation? No, no, right. This is a cluster munition. Okay, what is fragmentation munition? Fragmentation is the casing, shot, or other components. Yeah, you're right. Fragmentation is shrapnel, according to Wikipedia. but they call it. Yeah, you're right. So like fragmentation is shrapnel, but here they call it fragmentation, but it's probably cluster. I don't know. I don't really know. In the photo, this is clearly a cluster bomb, right? It's literally a cluster of small bombs. So we know those exist at least. But yeah, there might be some confusion here.
Given me access to walk through one of the trenches, and you can just look around.
The danger of the separate little bombs is they don't all go off, and some are found by kids. Yeah, and also it's like the Toshka's missile system is already not a very accurate one, and then on top of that, you just shit out a bunch of those small bombs, which is like even less accurate. It's literally just to like kill everyone in as large or destroy everything in as large a radius as possible, which obviously has military value, but when used against civilian targets, that's absolutely atrocious.
Solar panel? A solar panel. Look at this. Department of Defense, United States of America. It's a little
MREs.
From a Russian MRE, and the reason why is this one actually isn't expired, and I think they appreciate that. So here's
okay. Let's be real. That shit never expires. I'm sure. There's this channel. This guy just eats MREs, and he sometimes eats like 40-year-old MREs or shit like that, and like it's not good, but MRE taste test. It's like he'll eat them. Is it this guy, Steve 1989 MRE info? Yeah, I think it's this guy. Yeah, he literally has an entire channel dedicated to MREs. Anyways.
Just one small example of American aid directly helping on the front lines. It's kind of weird. It's like we come full circle. During the Second World War, it was the Russians who used American tanks and ate out of American cans, ate their American beans and peaches. And now, it's the Ukrainians who's doing it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how the...
What's that, a rocket or a... It's a rocket.
Yeah, that's a piece of a rocket. It is interesting to see how the like American aid...
Yeah, that ain't EOD.
How the American aid arrives down to the front lines.
See the pieces of it? Oh wow, it's embedded?
It's embedded. You can still see the parts. You can even
Oh
see
shit.
the bottom part of the rocket.
Yeah, there you go. We were talking about unexploded munitions. There you go. The whole fucking rocket that didn't explode.
Да, ну, вот там, с этого бункера, да, мы его перемотали, ну, перебинтовали, все.
Я возьму тварки с фронта до
И его, вот этого песика...
Volunteers have taken the dog, sent them to Zaporizhia. Oh, they saved a dog.
Also, there was a dog which every day came to them and they were feeding his dog.
Let me like lower my smaller camera so we can read the subtitles.
А вот это она, вот, мамка. Вот у нее ноги задней нет.
Man, living in a trench seems rough.
Буде репортаж. Це з ним там ви ж Польщу передаєте, правильно? Потім телеканал, де буде, ну, щоб
That's sweet.
Вайбері скинуть. Так, вислать.
Там, смотрите, просто у мене
The guy wants them to send him the published video. I have a sister, an aunt, and a brother. Everyone. Well, my brother applied for residency in 2011. He lives and works there. I was talking about Poland. When the war started, everyone fled to Poland.
Тоже, кстати, машина из Польши.
The car is from Poland.
Дайте с этими, с Руснёй, с Путиным разобраться, чтобы он сдох.
Все,
вообще не переживаем. Давай.
На зв'язку. Не прощаємося, на зв'язку.
Can you hold this then?
You betcha.
Thank you.
Русский солдат, сдавайся.
Okay, so now they're elsewhere.
Yep, thank you.
So airplanes are coming.
What?
Airplanes are coming. So we gotta move.
Okay.
Just keep running.
Huh. I want to say it looks like the same village, like the one they were at earlier, but honestly, they all kind of look the
How
same.
do you think that went?
Good. Yeah, that was not explosive.
You don't buy the story that it was mine disposal?
They're not doing mine disposal in the middle of the area that's still getting hit where everybody else is in trenches. I mean, like they
That
might
is-
be demining some stuff, but those were shells or rockets or something.
Do you agree with that, Philip?
Yes, they were too powerful for the mines.
Absolutely not mines. Yeah. And also, they don't do demining in the middle of visibility when it's still an active front line, when it's in no man's land, when you have to wear a helmet to even drive. They're not demining.
So do you think they?
Fair enough. That's actually a good point.
To keep us calm, yes, of course. Yeah. But that was Russian rockets or Russian artillery, 100%. And it does make me feel more comfortable when they lie to me. So I appreciate it.
I think politicians should lie more. That's my position.
I think the lesson of today is that
True.
be less truthful. You know?
Yes, a lie to
Out of all the war memes, being attacked by air would be the scariest thing for me.
and happy.
Yeah.
We're still currently within
Yeah.
artillery and rocket range.
Oh, big time.
So we're trying to zoom past this so we can be
Death,
out of well, we're always
death
gonna
can
be with
come at
rocket
any
range,
moment from anywhere.
so we can at least be outside of artillery range, which would make us a lot safer.
Which artillery is kind of the same. Like you're not gonna hear the shell coming. You're not gonna see the shell coming.
No, it wasn't outgoing. Well, I don't know if it was coming specifically towards us. I don't know what they were aiming for.
But like in the general area.
It was in the general area, and it was Russian.
Not friendly planes, I assume.
No, not friendly. Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think there's many friendly planes left in Ukraine.
Theoretically, right now. Yeah.
Wait, you said they could see us?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that jolly?
Yeah, man.
Have we tried asking nicely?
Yeah. Maybe if we talk to them, they'll stop.
Yeah, maybe if we just ask very nice, please, thank you.
Oh, please, fuckhead, stop bugging us.
Please. You're being a little rude right now.
Philip, do you know if they have those hills?
Behind the hills. Behind those hills there.
But that's like a pretty typical distance to engage at.
We're still within artillery range, I presume?
But we're within range of their rockets, big time.
The fuck?
So this officially means that
That's a cool shot.
Oh yeah, Russia's definitely Tom, dude. Thank you. Can you grab me a Pepsi? They got a Pepsi?
Oh, they got Coke.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Aw. Kitty. You definitely hear the shell coming. You hear a boom from explosive launch. Not necessarily. It's like on the other side of a hill. And like artillery can be like 30-40 kilometers away.
Oh my god.
I don't think you hear the launch.
Resident Evil. Huh.
If you're close to it, I guess, yeah, but
Of course I noticed that, because I'm a fucking nerd. Okay. So it's the next day. We're headed towards the barracks again. Woken up this morning by a lovely
talking about howitzers and cannons, not necessarily rockets.
Still trying to
Okay.
process what happened yesterday, but I mean, I don't really got much time left to process it because we're headed to the barracks, so we're going to start again today. We had to rush a little bit this morning because we all slept in. I guess we were all very tired from yesterday.
I was thinking of howitzers as well. They have like really fucking long range.
We got to do recording off of today. I left my phone at the place. I forgot it, so I'm in the dark. I'm under. I think I know like kind of what we have planned today. What everybody has planned for us. Kind of sometimes changes on the fly. So I'm interested to get a lot more footage today. What do you expect out of today, Pat?
We're gonna go to another front line. That's probably another static front, but more like urban. I don't know. I haven't been given any other details, but again, just follow safety regulations and wear armor.
Yeah, we're gonna be safe.
Nah, I want to go to the front line and not wear armor and act like a fucking idiot.
And yeah, we're gonna
Why
stay
follow
safe.
safety regulations?
That's right, people.
How you feeling?
Oh, like $1 million.
Like $1 million?
It is in gold, actually. І поїдете, брат, поїдете.
Okay, we just got out of the army barracks. We suited up. My helmet was kind of busted, so I got a new one. We've been told that today's going to be a little bit more intense than yesterday. We're being told to take cover when they say to take cover. We're going to be a lot closer. We're going to be following all safety regulations. We're going to be listening to the armored personnel when they take us, tell us to take cover, when they tell us to follow instructions. We're going to do everything by the book. I'm nervous, obviously. I assume everybody here is nervous to some degree. Big time. Just trying to prepare myself. Yesterday was already a lot, so today's going to be something different entirely. Today's going to be, from what I've been told, a lot more. A lot more.
All right.
How do you feel, Pavel?
Like 1 million hryvnias.
1 million hryvnias? Well, that's down from $1 million.
Well, the closer the front line we get, the lesser I feel.
Understandable. Yesterday was a close call because of the planes, and because, I mean, the artillery to some degree. And of course the threat of rockets, but we were within artillery range, which was different because I've always been within rocket range, but artillery range is different. Yeah. Today though, I can feel this.
I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm sorry. I appreciate this a lot, but I can't with the like vlogging sequences. I want to see what's actually happening.
The Russian artillery is hitting them now as we speak.
So we were heading out to the front, nose to nose. While we were heading out there, we get a call. One of the soldiers get a call, and we find out that the position we were going to is right now, and we were very close, is getting shelled by the Russian army. It's being shelled. And so we have to turn around, we have to head back to safety, and with the Russians shelling the position we were almost at, we have to come back later. We have to come back when maybe it's, a little bit less shelling. A little bit less shelling.
That's it, ladies and gents.
Yep.
All right. So they turned back, and
a few more minutes we probably would have been there. That explosion here in the background is the Russian shelling position we were just.
Does Dylan live stream this stuff? No, absolutely not.
That was
he live streams from Ukraine, but like when he's safe. But this stuff is all like filmed and prepared content.
Waiting to, I guess, hear more updates. We're waiting to hear about the Russian artillery. And then we're probably going to start moving again. God, that was so close. Yeah.
А ты знаешь? Красиво, смотри, броня. Опа! Постреляем.
It's got the Siggies. Is he out on combat missions? They were supposed to go to the front line with an actual combat group. So until now they visited like the front lines, but only to see some like ruined buildings, some talk to some civilians who are unfortunately caught up in the war zone, which they interviewed, and now they were supposed to go to like the actual front lines or closer to them.
James Bond on his uniform.
So they're hanging out with like a bunch of military people.
That's the only war I've seen those. Yeah. What is he saying?
I what is he saying? I think the hand gesture is pretty clear. I don't need to understand the language to know that he's telling me to fuck off into the bush. Right? I do appreciate something though, as much as this isn't like high octane, boom, this is happening, that is happening. It is showing the like very mundane part of war. the waiting, the like, we're going to this place. Oh no, they're getting shelled. We're turning back. Foldable stocks, boggies. What's important is that our boys don't get hit by the shelling. Right now they're bombing the place we're going to. The area we're supposed to be at is being shelled right now.
Cars coming up. Looks like a car. Yeah, it's a car.
Heard, lol. That guy had a German military jacket. He had like a German flag on it.
So are they evacuating to this point? Is that what's going on? Oh, you don't know?
No, I was standing here.
Oh, okay, cool. All good.
Yeah, he's like, we've just been standing here, dude. What the? I know as much as you do. Yeah, I'm skipping this part.
We're parked on the side of the road, actually, for a few reasons. Number one, trees. Obviously, the Russians have drones, and they spot people, and then after they spot people, they, kill people. And so being under the trees helps. It's also the same reason why the vans are all green, because they match in with the local environment. There's a lot of fields. There's a lot
Camouflage.
Same reason I'm wearing all green. It's not to look like a soldier. It's to blend in with the environment. Yesterday I had a blue shirt. For that, maybe it was a little bit more okay, but out here, no, I needed to get all this yesterday, so I bought all of it yesterday. And so we're kind of blending in with the local environment. And we have one car in front of the other. We can use the cars for cover. When we parked, one of the first things they told us to do was stand behind the cars. I've been told what parts of vans and cars are the best to use for protecting yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so a few seconds ago, I heard a buzzing, and I didn't know what it was. Yeah, the drone. Then immediately afterwards, they told us to rush into the forest, to not even take cover, but to hide. We believe there's a Russian drone above us, looking at us, and so we're hiding in the forest, so either it doesn't spot us or... We gotta go. Let's go. Alright. Where's my bag?
Yeah, so now they're gonna escape from here. They're gonna drive around. I'm skipping ahead to the interview with the Ukrainian soldier.
Ah, look who it is. Dobry den. Hi, sorry, what can I...
Oh, it's you, hey. How are you today?
I'm fine.
It's alright, everything?
Yeah, so how's the day been so far?
Oh, it's been great. Like I told before, you never know what will be the new day like.
Yeah.
What will be the tasks. And so for today, it was just a nice weather. We came to our base station and we decided to go into trainings on different guns. So that's what we are doing today. For now, just preparation. And then we'll see how it goes.
Can we film when you're training?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very
But
cool.
it could be really noisy.
Well,
maybe I will watch for the right now I understand how I adapt to all of these things. So don't know even if I will try by myself, but I'm sure even watching,
Right.
it's a big thing. So it's really important to do it all step by step and not to be fast because it's really important to your organism to adapt to these things one by one. Because a big push can scare or change your mind. So that's what I'm getting. Because you never meet it in everyday life.
Right.
So that's the point, to be sensitive, to be really careful to yourself.
So like learning through repetition.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, that's how it goes. And today there was bombing and we were hiding. And it was first time when I hear it so close.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty close to the building where we were staying. And what I felt, it's cool to have people around here.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
really supportive and cheering up and some humor. laughing and saying some jokes, it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel that you're here at this point and that you're with people who are in the same place with you. I think if to be really much scared, you just lose your conscious, and it's really important to stay concentrated.
I think it's rational to be a little scared.
It's rational, but good to control when you still control your movements, and because there could be anything, and you should know what you to do in any case. So it's really important to keep control on yourself and the people who are around you.
Keep control. Those are SPG-9 anti-armor weapons. Holy shit, that stuff looks heavy.
So you're gonna try and hit this target, right?
That is...
Oh,
That is not super mobile. It's obviously a huge gun, a huge fucking gun to beat huge fucking armor.
About to start firing off the anti-tank weapons. Yeah, it's gonna be very loud, yeah.
They don't have, obviously they don't have ear protection. But, probably would be a good idea to have ear protection if you, oh yeah, some people do have ear protection. This guy has ear protection. Lucky motherfucker. This guy is like concussed from standing close to it. He was like waddling away from the anti-tank gun. All right.
Here we are.
We are officially on the front line. Last point of contact. Aww. Wowie.
Can I get your opinion on the conflict? Yay! A nice little picnic.
Well, that's lovely.
So you guys deliver food out here because it's hard to move around for the people, right? Yeah.
Ну, гости, пацаны, возьмите по пирожку себе и пошли дальше. Нет. Людей сколько увидеть вообще?
Buns? Buns.
Buns. Buns? Looking for car. I'm sure the soldiers miss buns. Potato. Or roosters.
What then? What then?
Yeah, and regardless of whatever else they're doing, they are like bringing people food.
Instructed to stand under cover with this tarp that's above us. Due to the fact that
Pretty fucking cool.
There's a lot of things here. There's dogs, chickens. I think those are ducks over there. One cat, farm animals. What's dividing us from the front seems to be a line of trees. People are just, getting prepared for the day. We're moving. Come on. Okay. We understand the risk that comes with doing this type of stuff. If we're going to do it correctly, we need people to move.
So they're waiting.
The Russians?
Yeah, the Russians.
They're waiting for them to attack from that way over there?
Yeah, from there. Сколько? 2,5 километра, да?
Да.
Ну да, approximately 2 kilometers. 2 kilometers, yeah.
That's pretty fucking close.
2 kilometers.
Це звідси? Прямій. Ні, 2,5 кілометри.
Okay.
2 kilometers away, holy shit.
Де? Там нікого не було давно.
Заходили, ну, блин, не знаю, де вони там лазили. Как раз і не ходить.
You look like Beavis. Wait, which one? Beavis is which one again? Yeah, I actually kind of do look like Beavis. I'll take that as a compliment, Black Ashy Asian. Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. There's a shell in that pile of grain. Oh shit, that's a pile of grain. Oh yeah, it's a grain hanger. And it looks like a plane hanger, but I guess it was converted.
So currently we're probably the closest we're going to get to the front line, which means we're on it. We're under 1 mile from where the Russians are, and we're in what seems to be a silo of sorts that's storing what looks like grain, but it looks like that's also being used to stop bullets. This place is riddled with holes. Artillery, yeah. This place is riddled with holes from shrapnel. You can even see multiple places like right there that it has.
Yeah, none of this hanger is gonna stop any fucking bullet.
Metal. Like the Russians were here. So this was a Russian. This was a Russian position.
Yeah.
And right now, is this the last defensive position before their lines?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the next position is their position.
Yeah.
Nothing between you and them.
Yes. Minefield.
Minefield. Ah. This is the last defensive position before the Russian lines. The Russians were here recently. And you can see that we have to try to avoid mines. Okay.
You know what's even scarier there than the mines? It's the fact that the Russian army tends to fucking booby trap shit when they leave it behind.
So this right now we're in the
Like, imagine you're like looking through the hangar. Obviously, they aren't doing something as dumb as like touching random stuff, but you like move a box and suddenly a bomb goes off. That's just fucking terrifying. Now Oyo reminds me more of the Forgotten Weapons guy. Yeah.
Contact. What would be the point of contact if the Russians try to take this position back since it used to be here?
Machine gun position.
So this is the person that would be stationed here would be the first to catch the advance of the Russians.
Yeah.
Right there. And they're about 1 mile away.
And he has angle to shoot whole road.
But they would
Miles Omega lol. Imperial units.
He's saying that this is hole in the walls because a tank shot right there.
А эту, та, что пришла, нам ну только так чуть-чуть.
А вот они.
Ну да, да,
Они
да.
уже тут не одна. Вот взрываются уже как бы. Кидают возле нас, понял?
Вот. Yep, that's shell, right?
За той посадкой. За той посадкой уже.
And that foliage that's destroyed is from a shell.
Yeah.
Do widzenia. Fuck that. What? You don't want to go there?
There's a lot more I'd like to show you guys, but obviously, given the conditions, we can't stay for too long. Okay, we were just at the point of contact. We're still there, but just like, I don't know, a little bit ways back now. Tiny bit.
Not anymore.
Still within range, of course.
Yeah, no
Right now we're
shit.
at the tarp, which makes it more difficult. So obviously we're
Do you think maybe, just maybe, it's not that fun to be on a fucking war zone?
Thank you. Thank you. It's major safety precaution here. Have caffeine. This is my new helmet. Oh yeah, what? Oh, the best thing. Thank you.
Oh,
so much.
Kompot.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kompot fucking rocks. You drink that.
Amazing.
They make that all the time in Poland. And apparently in Ukraine as well.
Let's go. All right. Philip and Pavel off to another adventure. Done. Oh my god. Oh, you can Look at this guy. He's gonna man the machine gun.
1945.
Yeah. Oh, I recognize it.
Yeah, that's an old as fuck weapon.
Okay, let's go the other way. Yeah. Under the turret. That sure was something.
Maybe if I was the crew of 20 SG memers, I'd go. Certain death.
This is Marine Corps position. Marine Corps, yeah.
Marine Corps? What, like Marine Corps Foreign Legion volunteers?
How you feeling, man? Good. A little hot? Yeah, I was trying to.
I mean, there's obviously the Marine Corps isn't in Ukraine. The US has not actively joined the conflict, so what the fuck does that mean?
So apparently, Pavel, who is one of my fixers, my Polish fixer,
I guess they're just leaving.
They saw his backpack and it looked military-ish, so they took it and they took it with the supplies. And so now Pavel is running back quickly to try to get it because we need to get out of here quickly because yeah, you know, there's a thing going on.
And that's pretty much the end of the video. I have to say, it's a really cool video, and it's cool that he's going for something different than the like classic. How old is the reporter? He's like 21, yeah. Dylan Burns is 21. It is it is an incredible thing that he's doing, right? Like, how many 21-year-olds are out there reporting from Ukraine, going to the front lines, interviewing soldiers, interviewing civilians, filming like what was actually like on the ground there? That's fucking incredible. I do feel like there's a lot of like dead space in the video. Like, you guys just saw it. If I didn't skip through all those passages, but I kind of also like get the intention, or what I think is the intention there, right? To show a bit the reality of like stress waiting under like a couple trees and being like, oh shit, I hear a drone, quick, we gotta drive away. Like all this like very like, yeah, a lot of war is waiting. Exactly. I feel like he's kind of trying to represent that and to like show the reality of what it is like to be on the ground there, which it is what he's showing. But it is, yeah, it's like a day in the life kind of approach, which is cool. I do appreciate that it's like a different approach from what we would usually see. But I also understand why we don't usually see that approach in this kind of video making, in the sense that, like, if I was to be mean, I would say it's like a little bit boring, but it's not as boring. It's just very slow and like low paced, I guess, is a more positive way of framing it. But regardless, it's really cool. And it is cool that he's like going for a different approach. I was expecting something more like a classic documentary of like very highly edited, of like a narrative for like a classic thing you would see in a documentary would be a narrative line overarching the whole thing with like a montage of different shots, different stuff like that. A couple interviews, an interview here, interview there. Then like being at like this town, showing off some like destroyed buildings, like this happened here, this happened there. Maybe like a couple shots from inside the car to show the traveling and the waiting and stuff like that, but not much of but here it's like actual like daily vlogging style. It's evident by some of the drone kills, the Russian soldier just hanging out playing card games and gets blown up. That is the reality, whereas very anticlimactic at times. You'd think your death would be more like the movies. Yeah, that's fair. And it is very fair that Dylan Burns is choosing to portray that instead of like Hollywood action, which obviously he wouldn't be able to portray that. They would never take a journalist to an active front line. And that's kind of what he showed as well. The second they were driving towards the front line and the second the shelling started, they had to drive back. The soldiers wouldn't let him go to an active front line. That's just not part of what you're allowed to do as an international like press person in Ukraine. I think that the closest thing I'd seen to like actual like war reporting for Ukraine was that guy, I forgot his name, the guy who got stuck in Mariupol when the city was being like burnt to the ground. I forgot. I think he was a reporter for AP. Last reporter Mariupol. We went over the article. Yeah, the story of the last journalists in Mariupol. Yeah, it was this article. Yeah. And they're like but even there it's not like the one that got shot. No, he managed the guy I'm thinking of, or the crew. It was a group of people. The crew I'm thinking of, they managed to get out of Mariupol. They got out something like 2 weeks before the city, the capitulation of the defensive forces, something like that. And when is this article from? March 22nd. And when did Mariupol fall? May 20th, the siege of Mariupol ended. Wait, March is before May, right? Let me double check. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Okay. So they evacuated like 2 months actually before the siege ended. There was also a crew of reporters that actually got shot by Russians, and one crew member died. But I'm not sure what exactly you're talking about. They did kill reporters in Mariupol, but I'm referring to basically the last Western reporters who were operating in Mariupol, and like there was this article. It was called like the last journalist of Mariupol. Months of boredom punctuated by moments of extreme terror. Yep, that's yeah. Any account of war, that's exactly what they'll describe. And that is what Dylan Burns is showing here. Mad props to that, honestly. He like that's why you have that's literally why you have like a 20-minute segment of them standing by some trees and then like holy shit, a drone spotted us and running to the and luckily they don't it is terror, but luckily they don't get actually shelled. It is what Dylan Burns is portraying. And I really do respect that approach of trying to portray this reality of it instead of trying to like spice it up and do, you know, something more that would have like more appeal, I guess. More excitement. It's interesting. The one criticism I have is is talking in the car at the start. The audio that's just from like an audio engineering perspective. It could have but that's fucking hard anyways. If you actually if what you're actually going for is to have that candid shot from inside the car, then you're never going to have perfect audio. There's no way to fix it up perfectly at that point. All right. That being said, I'm not gonna stream tomorrow. Tomorrow my brother's coming over and we're gonna have dinner and hang out and stuff like that with my girlfriend too. So Saturday the same. I'll schedule a stream for Sunday. You know what? I need to get back to streaming regularly. I swear I will. So hey, if you enjoyed this, it was kind of low energy, but it was cool. I do this kind of content. I talk about stuff, I watch stuff, I comment on it. I know a lot about Ukraine and the war. Please come back, Dad. I will. I'm coming back. I was just out to buy milk, okay? That's all I was doing. But as you may suspect, I am kind of winding down. I'm gonna send you off to someone. Oh, Kidnotkin. Yo. I haven't gotten to raid Kidnotkin in forever. That was like barely a sentence. You said that last time.
Good faith beyond
I know.
More and more complex ways to call the other side stupid.
I don't think Wicket's stupid. If he was stupid, I'd be kinder to him.
Well, you called me stupid a lot.
Jeez, what the fuck is he watching? What the fuck's going on?
How do you qualify that?
Sunday,
because the alternative is that you're lying.
We have talked about this in private. I have told you that I think you should stop calling people.
What is he watching? I have no clue. Okay, have a lot of fun. This looks amazing. I love you, okay? Bye-bye.
President Sunday,
Have a good one.
Here's an honest question for you.
Yes.
Is this what you think having friends is like?
No, I keep my friends very much distant from this as a rule. There are no friends here.
No. So why do you do it?
Hi Raiders, hey, welcome. Hey, it's a yo-yo.